Hello and thank you for watching. I'm Ashley Van Dyke with Advantage Software, and on today's video, Draft and Watermark Printing, I'm going to show you how to use the watermark and draft features so that you can mark your work as needed. I have an example document here and I'm going to be using the default settings. These settings will work the same way whether you print to paper or you make a PDF. Watermarks do not apply to ASCIIs, however. For this example video, I'm going to be making PDFs so that you can see them, but as I said, the same settings work for paper as well. So I'm going to go to Production and Output to PDF, and if I don't make any changes and just press OK, I get a PDF that looks exactly like my document. I have my header, my text box, my text, and my footers on each page. To make a document with a watermark or to make a draft, I can go to Production, Output to PDF, and again, these are going to be the same if you print to paper. I'll go to Print Image Options, I'll choose Draft, and I'll press OK to make a PDF with the default draft watermark settings. This PDF opens and you see that you have the draft on the right-hand side of the document, and it repeats throughout every page of the document throughout the entirety of the document. These are the default settings, and you see that when you use a draft print as well, if I try to highlight text, I actually end up highlighting the watermark. However, my watermark is a little bit to the right, and I would also like to make this darker. In this instance, I'm making a PDF and not printing to paper, so I'd like it to be a little bit more prominent because I don't need to worry about wasting ink. I'm going to close this. I'll go to Production, Output to PDF, Print to Image Options. I'll check Draft again. I'll choose Watermark, and this is where all of the watermark settings are. At the top left, you can change what text the watermark says. By default, it says Draft. You can adjust the font. You can adjust the width of the letters, the height of the letters, the weight of the letters, as well as the angle of the text. 0 will list your text horizontally. 90 degrees will list it vertically, and 180 degrees will list it upside down. You can also change the darkness of the watermark. If you do this, it will use more ink if you print to paper. You can also adjust the starting position using the X and Y position. The X position is the position left and right, Y position is the position up and down, and X position and Y position are for where the watermark will begin. X offset and Y offset represent the space between each repetition of the watermark. And 5 is right now the number of repetitions I have per page. What I want to do first is make my watermark darker. I'm going to change the darkness to 50%, and I'll hit OK all the way out to make a new PDF. So now you can see the watermark much more clearly. However, I still see that it's not centered on my page, and I would like to angle it a little bit differently and ensure that there is space between these two instances of the watermark word draft. So I'm going to close my document. I'll go to Production, Output to PDF, Print Image Options. I'll choose Draft again and press Watermark. And first, I'm going to change my X starting position to 200, and I'm going to change my X offset to 200. The X position will move my text further to the left for the watermark, and the X offset will give me space between each iterance of the watermark up and down. However, I also wish to adjust the angle, and I want my watermark to angle instead of reading from the bottom left to the top right. I want it to read from the top left to the bottom right. So I'm going to change my angle to 315 degrees, and I'm also going to change my font to Times New Roman. This font is a serif font, and so we should be able to see the difference in what was there before. I'll press OK. Ensure that draft is checked, and press OK, and OK again. And you see that now my watermark is printing from the top left down to the right, and it's using the new font that I requested. When making a draft print, when you go to Print Image Options and hit Draft, you see that it did exclude my text box from the document. Another option that is available in the watermark button is to force the watermark on all printouts. If you do that, it will retain all of the rest of your document formatting, but insert the watermark. I didn't like my font change, although it definitely did work, so I'm going to choose a different font. I'm going to choose Tahoma, and I'm also going to move my X position over to the right just a little bit. I think I moved it too far to the left, so I will change that, and I'll press OK again. And this time, I'm not going to check draft. I want this watermark to appear on all of my documents going forward, so I'll press OK and OK. And you see now I have the text box around my document, and I have the new font that I've requested. In addition to just adjusting where the watermark appears and how dark it is, you can also adjust the text. If I go to Production, Output to PDF, and Print Image options, I'll go to Watermark once again, and I've made some additional adjustments. I've changed the text of my watermark to ASI reporting, and I've made other adjustments to the height and width of the text, as well as the starting position and padding. And I'm going to check force on all printouts because this isn't a draft. I actually want to produce this PDF this way for particular reasons. And if I print to paper, I also want to produce the watermark that way. I've made the watermark dark and prominent, but my text will still be legible over it. I'm going to go ahead and leave force on all printouts checked because I want my document to otherwise look exactly like it would in final production. This is not a draft. I'm going to leave that checked and press OK. I don't have draft checked because I do want my text box and other document elements. I'll press OK and OK. And you see now I have my firm name plastered across my entire document. It reaches every line of text, including my headers and footers. And again, if I try to highlight text, I instead highlight the watermark. Watermarks can be useful for a number of purposes, and they are incredibly customizable. Through the Print Image Options dialog in the Create PDF window or the Print window, you can access the watermark settings, and you can change your watermark to look exactly the way you wish it to appear. And you can use these watermarks for any purposes. Again, if you have force on all printouts checked, your document will look exactly like it would normally, except it will have the watermark. If you choose draft instead, the document will print as if it were a draft document, and some elements of your document, like the text box, will be stripped out. Whatever use you may find for watermarks and draft printing, Eclipse will meet your needs. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget that Advantage Software offers anytime support 24/7. Tech support can be reached anytime, including weekends and holidays, at 772-288-3266. Email support is also available at support@eclipsecat.com. Thanks so much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you'll be notified when we publish new content in the future. Thanks so much and have a great day.